And okay, I'm sorry, I have to do, okay. Yes, so that if there is something, we're asking that you would limit yourself to 1 minute, and we look forward to sharing with you. That'll be a great time after the awards if you would like to, interact with us or with other people who are sharing this experience. Okay, so let me just start, let me go back to my comments. So this event is grounded in the spirit of gratitude. Okay, the field of mental health has been changing in the past decades. It is because of our leaders like Celia Brown and others that systems speak of recovery and communicate hope and respect rights. So we're grateful for what has been done by our leadership, and they are our existing champion. This event, before I go on, I'd also like to mention that in planning this event and in naming it for Celia, we called on some of our leaders to participate. And it was in that process that we learned that the passing of Celia is still something that's being experienced by folks. People still miss her. So I just want to thank the people who have um, uh, 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 agreed to be a part of this and to, really to sacrifice in terms of their own recovery and how they're managing and the change in their life since she's passed. When they come and they help us by talking about Celia, that it does put them back in another place. So just to say right out that we are appreciative and we're now more informed, more sensitive. In the future, we'll be more thoughtful about how we work with loss, within our community and what we may ask of people. Okay, so I'd also like to mention, I'm looking at the time and I'm realizing that I'm running out of time. Mm-hmm. So our event that we're now moving, we're presenting this event to celebrate persons that are in our community whose work we've been touched by, whose work we can learn more about, and that's kind of why we're here, but also most importantly, to thank these individuals for what they are doing. That they're shaping the system, that they're working alongside, shoulder to shoulder with the leadership, and they're doing extraordinary things. And it's time to make sure that we recognize what they're doing, tell them thank you, and offer whatever support we can to them, because their commitment, which is selfless, they're doing this because it is their heart, is affecting our quality of life. Okay, so I just wanted to kind of describe the purpose of our getting together, and again to express gratitude to the community that identified these individuals to be recognized today. Okay, so I just want to turn the program over to Teresa Hall, who is a past co-chair of the Cultural Committee. And
God
she's going to
bless you.
discuss. Go ahead, Teresa.
I apologize, Marguerite. I ain't even going to sit here trying to be all poised and everything. I am super excited on tonight. I am honored to be even in the place. Thank you, Marguerite, for that eloquent and introduction. We are just who we are. doggone it. And it's about time that's enough, huh? It's about time that is enough. So I am really excited about what we're doing here, why we're gathered here tonight, to recognize those that do so much, but it's rarely, rarely mentioned. It's not the bubble on the tip of everybody's tongue, but could you imagine being without it? All the little things that make all the big things work. I thank God for this committee and the courage to step out and do the unusual. I heard someone say to me, Teresa, it's amazing that this committee would even think of something like that. But that's what this committee is about. It's about the heartbeat of the community. We are the pulse, amen, on every situation. We have exactly what it takes to turn things around and make a difference. I think this committee is out on a progressive track right now. I'm so excited about the new people that are interested in coming onto the committee. I'm so excited about the talents and the passions that you all bring. God bless all the honorees tonight. You are our powerful example of not only what to do, but how to do it. You give your all and you look for nothing, but tonight, God bless you all. It's your night, Dr. Patricia Stewart. It's your night, Yusef Wilson. All the honorees, it's your night. Niapris is about growing people. You think I had no idea who I was until I got under the arm of Harvey Rosenthal and his dream, his vision. Amen. He is the founder of This Is a Great Nation, Niapris. It's a nation and it's a way. And I am honored to be a part of it. Harvey Rosenthal has not only been my executive director, he's been my friend. He's been my confidant. He's been exactly what the doctor ordered when I didn't even know how sick I was.
But he's going to run out of time, Teresa.
I want to introduce to some. He's just like that. See, he guides me, even when I don't want him to. Love you. I want to introduce to some and present to others my dearest friend, Harvey Rosenthal.
Thank you, Teresa. Good evening, everybody. You know, I'm really proud to be here. The excitement, as you heard from Teresa, of our peers really charges me tonight. Niapris is a family, and this is a family event. We're feeling lost, but we're feeling love. We're feeling joy. We're feeling gratitude. So on behalf of the Niapris family, I'm honored and grateful to have this moment. And I really only have a moment, thanks to my good friend Teresa here. We revere Celia Brown because think about it. She worked at OMH in a government bureaucracy by day, but at night she was the head of Mind Freedom, one of the most radical groups in the country. She is an extraordinary person whose memory we carry, and that's part of it. Is she's a sung hero. And we're here to talk about the unsung and encourage them as she would have done. She encouraged all of us. She welcomed all of us. She had that outrage, but she channeled it into love and acceptance. And that just meant so very much. And she's really in the league with some of the great champions, Judy Chamberlain, Jackie McKinney, Sally, Howie the Harp, and all those people. So, you know, I just want to just close by remembering it was so important for us to get Celia to the conference and give her that award because we felt that, you know, that she might be moving on. And it meant so much to us and it meant so much to her. I can still see her there really glowing in that yellow sort of outfit. So we will remember her forever. We will remember her in the heroes that you're going to hear from and the way they're going to pass it on. And I'm going to close now by thanking my peers, my family, and the committee for holding up this event. I pass it to Laverne Miller.
Hi, everyone. I'm Laverne Miller, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about my friend Celia Brown. I think, you know, you're looking at her biography, which, you know, was on one slide, but one slide does not encapsulate what Celia did, what she accomplished, and the meaning that she had for all of us. I could think of no one else that we could name such an award from, because Celia, I called Celia the velvet glove. And I'm going to hand it over now to Jonathan Edwards, who's going to complete our discussion about Celia. But I just wanted to share that Celia was like a velvet glove, and though, you know, she was tender, she was kind, never had a harsh word to say about anybody, and was a friend to all. Jonathan?
Thank you, Laverne. Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
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 Excellent. Good evening, everyone. I was asked to be here this evening, and I told Marguerite Gale that I was already committed to be at another event, and it's no coincidence that I'm at the NYU Kimmel Center, where we hold the annual New York City Conference for Working Peer Specialists, of which Celia was an integral part of starting in 2007. So it's interesting that I am now standing in the same space that we have engaged hundreds and hundreds and probably thousands of our peers over the past 17 years. In thinking about tonight and the brief comments I was asked to make, and before I go on, I just want to acknowledge Celia's family members who I believe are here. I know that her sister Jocelyn is here because we corresponded this afternoon. And I believe her mother and her brother and perhaps her son and partner are also here. So I would just like to acknowledge them. But when I was asked to make brief comments tonight, I said not to worry, Jonathan. You don't have to write out comments. You don't have to prepare a script. All you have to do is what Celia did. She showed up and she spoke from the heart. I just stepped out of the dining room from an event that I'm at, and I told other peers at the table I was sitting with, I said, I'm going to do exactly what Celia did. She was at one event and she'd step into the hallway and she'd call into another event. And these were some of the things that I would constantly tease Celia about. Celia was ubiquitous. She was compassionate. She was stern. She was steadfast, and she was committed. And I would only hope that I could live up to those values and principles half as well as Celia did, half as well as she embraced those. I'm just really excited to be a part of this, and I'm really happy about the awardees named in honor of Celia. And I just want to thank the NIAPRS Cultural Competence Committee for bringing us together again to celebrate the memory of one of our esteemed leaders and to continue to pass the torch to other leaders who oftentimes go unsung. So I just want to thank you all for the opportunity. I'm sorry about my crooked image on the screen. But another thing is we show up and we do the best that we can. And I'm really happy to be able to sneak away and go down one floor and look out upon New York City from the Kimmel Center and say these few words about my dear friend whom I miss tremendously. Lastly, I'll just say that I have a picture, or a frame rather, of a collage of pictures of Celia sitting on my desk at work. And I had asked myself, is that going to make me sad? I have to tell you all that for the past 3 months when that collage has been there, there's not been one time that I looked up and felt sad. Although it would be okay if I did, but rather I enjoy a barrage of wonderful memories, of laughs, and of the reassurance that my friend, even though not here any longer on this earthly plane, forever resides in my heart. So I thank you all, and congratulations to the awardees, and thank you again for the opportunity.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We move up in our finances to be better prepared. I don't want people to get so inundated with.
Thank you so much, Jonathan. That was absolutely amazing. How is everyone doing? I am Jeff McQueen, co-chair for the Cultural Competence Committee, and I am going to be your, I guess, master of ceremony, for lack of a better words. But because I want to keep things on time, I just want to do one thing. I'm going to ask that you all please go to your reactions on your phone or on your computer and put your hearts up for the celebrants that we have here tonight, and for Celia setting such a legacy for us to follow. Please put your hearts up, show your love, show your love, show your love. This is an amazing time, an amazing event, and a huge opportunity for us in the work that we do in the field that we are to be able to celebrate those who seem to often do so much and go uncelebrated, right? So thank you to all the celebrants. Tonight is your night. And with that, I'm going to start off with Laverne and ask her to please bring up her honoree.
Everyone, we are going to be honoring Juliet Doris Williams, who's the executive director of the Peer Center, which is in its 16th year of operation. I met and was captivated by Juliet. The first time I met her, I was new, starting in my position at SAMHSA, providing technical assistance to consumer-operated programs. And like anyone, when you're new in a room, you're looking for a friendly face. You're looking for someone to say, I'm happy you're here. And this sister embraced me and welcomed me and made me feel like I had something to offer to a group of consumers in the state of Ohio who were organizing. And I think that's the epitome of a leader, a servant leader, someone basically who embraces and mentors others and provides a welcoming space for all of us. And that is what Juliet epitomizes, both to me as well as her larger community in Ohio and elsewhere. Just some things about Juliet. She's a recipient of many awards. They're listed on the slide that you have, but the ones that I would like to talk about in particular, she was awarded the Larry Bucket Peer Support Award. She also was awarded the Norman Giltry Leadership Award. She serves on multiple boards in the state of Ohio. She's the current treasurer of the Ohio Pro, which is a statewide consumer organization in Ohio. And since 2019, she has been a member of the Governor DeWine, who from the state of Ohio, Recovery Ohio Board, which really has a leadership role in transforming Ohio's systems of care to be recovery oriented. Juliet is like a breath of sunshine. She's honest. She's on point. She's a taskmaster and runs a wonderful ship. She's an exemplary role model for those of us that are entering leadership positions. And so without further ado, I would like to welcome my friend, my colleague, Juliet Doris Williams. Juliet.
Hi, Laverne, and thank you. Thank you for your warm words. And yes, we have good history, don't we? So, and yeah, I don't know what I'm supposed to say here right now, except wow. I was a little bit taken aback by Laverne's outreach to me about this award, and I didn't know Celia personally. However, we were Facebook friends, and so we would interact in that way, and I belonged to a couple of things that she spearheaded on social media. But you know, for me, the work, this has been the work that I have been doing for the past 16 years has been truly the work of my life, and nothing but a privilege to serve in this capacity. And so the very first award that I won in this position that I currently hold as executive director of the Peer Center is the Larry Burkett Award. They asked me to give a speech, and so I don't remember a lot of what I said, but I do believe that I said something about it's interesting to me to get an award for saving your own life, because this is what I'm doing. I'm saving my own life, and in service, and hopefully helping to facilitate other people saving their own lives. And so I do it for I do it for my own recovery, but it's no good if I'm not giving that away and passing on the lessons that I'm learning and all the it's just no good if you don't pass it on or give it away. And so I get to give it away every day. I get to. I don't have to. I get to. And I am truly honored, and grateful. So thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Amazing.
Our next awardee.
Yeah.
Okay. Our next awardee is Mr. Myung Park. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about Myung. You know, I met Myung when I was director of the Howie the Heart Peer Advocacy Center about 20 years ago, Myung. I'm dating me and you. And Myung came in with one dream, to be a peer specialist, to give back to his community and to be of service to his community. And at that time, there weren't many Asian, particularly Korean-speaking peer specialists in New York City. And Myung took very, very seriously the importance of both helping us understand what the experiences were of Asian Americans, as well as some of the barriers that they experience, whether it's language, whether it's some of the cultural barriers involving shame. He explained in very simple yet eloquent terms what was needed in order to engage that community. And as an unsung hero, each and every day, Myung walks the walk and talks the talk. He's currently works with the New York State Office of Mental Health, and he works for the Bronx Psychiatric Center outpatient unit, and loves his job. He also, as part of his outreach, he's begun to engage on a more formal way with his community, the Korean community, to destigmatize mental illness and to bring hope and messages of recovery to that community. And so a lot of this work, some of it done unpaid, is with the Korean Community Service Organization in the Korean community. And he has done a fantastic job in really leveraging his training as a peer specialist to reaching out to the larger community, which is all that we all envision in terms of the work that we do. So Myung, we're proud of you and the work that you've done. We're sure that you're going to go to school and become a social worker because you've accomplished this far in your life, everything you've wanted to accomplish. And I turn the mic over to you, Myung.
You're muted.
Come off mute.
Unmute.
Can you hear me?
Okay. Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
I've known Levon, Miss Gail, Harvey over 20 years. Around the 20 years on my way, the High the Hop peer specialist training was beginning of meaningful recovery for me. Since then, my family, my daughter, my 3 younger brothers, my mother was so happy. And also in our community, even Levon always asks me, open-minded, just slow down, do what you can. And in my Korean community, I had to start from what's the meaning of peer. One of the social workers asked me, what's the meaning of peer? I've been doing my job for 20 years. About 2 years ago, I met her and she asked me, what's the meaning of a peer? So I went to the Korean community, to the staff, explain about peer. After that, then I really involving in that setting. So far, I've been through about 5-6 different presentations in Korean community, named as Korean Community Services, KCS. That's one of the biggest Korean community in New York City. So they're located in Flushing, Queens. And on the other hand, Celia is not the one and only who passed out of us. Quite a few friends passed away already. One I remember is Julius Green. He was a great man, I remember still. Celia, of course, we are doing now. But please remember all of our friends who passed. On the other hand, my father's name is Mr. Xavier Park. He passed away August 81. However, we immigrated to US in June 81. 2 months away, he passed. Since then, I never ever forget him as Celia Brown. Then he became my role model. When he passed, about a week, I saw in the sky. You know what I see? The big, big rainbow, half of the earth they cover. And now, I'm thanks to my family, 3 younger brothers, and my one and only daughter, Joan. And this word is not only for me and my family. I'd like to share with you, everyone around me, who hear me, who see me, I want to share with them. Thank you.
Amazing.
Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Outstanding.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. All right. So our next to come up, Digna, would you like to come present your honoree?
Is John here? Is John here? He might not be here.
John's here.
Oh, he is.
Yes, there we go,
There he
Digna.
is.
I am here.
Yay.
Wow.
Wow.
Thank you, Digna.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. I should say good evening, everyone. Once again, I want to say thank you. And I appreciate this award. But most of all, I appreciate Celia for guiding me when I first came on into the New York State Office of Mental Health, at the time, Office of Consumer Affairs. She told me what a peer is, because I really didn't know what a peer is. So she helped me become a peer specialist. And I also went to the Academy of Peer Services to get my certification. One thing I enjoy is working with people. One thing I enjoy is to help others. And being a person with lived experience, we know the times of trials and tribulations that we go through. And, we can't go through this alone. It's tough, We can't do it alone, and we need help. And Celia was one of those people who did help me. And once again, helping me about what a peer specialist do, what they do, how they do it, and explain to me the honor of sharing that hope and sharing that, being that change agent to support people, no matter where they're at. And I do want to thank Celia for that. And I do want to thank Digna, who is a member of the Office of Advocacy and Peer Services, Support Services. So once again, thank you. And I appreciate this award. And that's all I have. Thank you again.
Thank you so much. Y'all show your love. Digna, I don't know if you had any open words to start that off with.
Well, you know what, Jeff and John and community, John has been a long-term supporter of myself, We facilitate white paper focus groups. He's always been supportive, and you know what impresses me is that he's very gentle, and he's a military man, and I respect that so much. So John, it's all deserving, and I respect you, my friend. Thank you.
Thank you. And I respect you as well. And to everyone who's participating, thank you.
Thanks, John. Y'all show your love, show your love, show your love. All right, Dr. Wilcox, will you please come up and present your honorees?
All right, thank you, Jeff. I have the distinct pleasure of introducing you to a wonderful, wonderful person who is my colleague and friend who I've known since 2006, Chris Pedoto. And Chris is the executive director for the Recovery Center of Hamilton County, in which he is the developer of that from scratch. We start working on that particular organization in 2006. I was working on a team with Chris that created the Ohio-based Wellness and Recovery Coordinating Center of Excellence, which you all hear me talk about all the time. Chris's leadership and hard work, along with the peers from the Greater Cincinnati Behavioral Health Organization, developed what is now called the Recovery Center of Hamilton County. And their mission is promoting wellness, inspiring hope, changing lives. Chris and peers from the Recovery Center contributed to the WMR data that supported a joint alignment of authentic peer-centered leadership practices and services designed to provide peers and families with the knowledge, skills, and experience to help them develop personal strategies for coping with mental illness, pursue health and wellness goals, and gain more control over their lives. The Recovery Center provides a dynamic, whole person wellness setting in which personal growth and recovery can occur. Participants at the Recovery Center programs are provided with formal and informal learning opportunities in which they can connect with the recovery experience of peer support and work to develop collaborative relationships with providers and provide enriched quality of life goals as they move from illness-centered to wellness-centric approaches to their recovery. And most important is what the peers think of Chris. The peers love Chris because Chris is part of the team at the Recovery Center. And he'll tell you that. He's a very humble gentleman, but Chris allows for peer leadership to develop because he opens up a space in his leadership style that allows people to find their voice and make choices on how they want to flourish in their own recovery community every single day. And I'm honored to call him my colleague and my friend in this peer movement. Chris, so good to see you.
You too, Deborah. Thank you so much. And I really am just so touched to be here. And thank you for this honor. And again, I just was very moved when you reached out and recognized me for this. And just want to say thank you to everybody who's here tonight. My journey really began like 30 years ago. I was working in business. I had a business degree. I was a very unhappy individual working in business, even though I was making nice money. I didn't feel fulfilled. And I found an opportunity to go and volunteer in the mental health community, teaching some computer classes, and actually just fell in love with the people. And, from that day, once I started doing that, I quit my job and went back to school, studied some psychology classes. And then from there on, it was working in the field to do what I felt I'd do best, which was to help and serve others. And I've just always had a passion to do that. For the last 17 years, it's been blessed to know Deborah and to get to work in the mental health field. And I apologize, I have a cat who wants to come across the screen here and say hi to everybody. And so able to have the opportunity to develop the Recovery Center of Hamilton County. And I truly, it's a family. I love the peers there. And one of my strengths with the business background is being able to develop programs, and been blessed to be able to develop the Recovery Center as a place where, peers have a voice, peers have an opportunity to move away from illness and into wellness. And ultimately, what I tell folks who come to the program is, I like you, but my job's to get rid of you. I want you to live, as independent and fulfilling of a life in the community as you can. And so, we've done some wonderful work at the Recovery Center. I don't know if Deborah knows this, we just opened a second location, actually through a clubhouse that we're in the process of developing. And then hoping to also do some work in a nearby county as well. Just, again, we want to spread the love and help as many folks, help as many peers as we can, and help them to transition from illness to wellness and live their best life. So thank you again, everybody. And I really appreciate this, and wish everybody just a wonderful evening tonight.
Thank you, Chris. If you guys are in Cincinnati, stop by the Recovery Center and meet Chris and all the peers that are there. It's a wonderful place.
Sounds amazing. And thank you so much, Chris, for all the work you do. All right, Deb, I believe you have another honoree.
Yes, I do. I have the distinct pleasure of introducing you to Dr. Patricia Stewart, who you all know that Dr. Stewart is my sister, mother, friend, and colleague. And we have done a lot of good work together, and Dr. Stewart has provided me with lots of mentoring support and continues to do that. We need to hold our elders high in the high esteem in this society, because elderhood is an achievement. And Dr. Stewart has certainly exemplified that. In her personal reflection, she says, "I am a womanist who loves purple. Growing up, I have been embraced by the church missionary and an African-American women's community organization. It was from this vantage point that my life of belonging and sense of mattering as justice work evolved. The greatest gifts have come from people with everyday courage and caring." Dr. Stewart is truly an unsung champion, but also very sung, and a long distance runner for social justice and social change. She has a history of practice and volunteerism in family and human services, community-based mental health, wellness, and recovery, and identifies as a peer community advocate. She has also a 29-year history as a licensed psychologist and clinical counselor. Her activist voice has been loud for racial justice and the quality of life for all marginalized people. She has fought for the infusion of multicultural competency and equity in mental health service delivery, public policy, and within all aspects of the social determinants of health. When we launched our applied work of wellness management recovery, Dr. Stewart was a guide by our side as we went to 23 different agencies across the state of Ohio and worked into psychiatric hospitals where we were debriefed and we could bring her in. She would always come in and be in community with us, supporting our efforts, encouraging us, and sharing wisdom. So it's my honor at this time to give you Dr. Patricia Stewart.
Wow. I have to go to the point of how long when I said I was embraced by the church missionary and the community organizations, it was a time when we didn't have the civil rights movement. We were just coming out of the Depression. But my first church experience was with, if you all know James Lawson, who was with Dr. King. His father was a pastor of my first church. But it was my mother and grandmother and aunt who gave me this sense of social justice. It was seamless with them, because if something showed up and it didn't look right, my mother would say, go ask them why. My aunt would go say, who else knows about this? And my grandmother would go to the missionary room. And so when you talk about me, I am so grateful for this occasion. I am experiencing direct peer life right now, and it has been a real challenge to me. a son and a granddaughter and myself, we have all had mental health challenges, physical challenges, and compounded by the treatment system. It's really a challenge to stay on the bed or to stay in the room. And with people like Deborah who still stay in my life, we keep the conversation going. You're not going to do that, but you will do this. I just want to give you an example of my acceptance as a peer. And I kept going to the conferences that the national, that Deborah started with that group in wellness. And one day I got there late. And so one of the people who was sponsored and who had an official diagnosis came up to me and she said, "Where you been? You're late. Did they give you a scholarship?" And I said, "Yeah, I got a scholarship, but I got here late." And later on, we were getting ready to go through a maze, and I was afraid of
labyrinth.
Yeah, labyrinth, and I was afraid. I mean, I'm scared of birds and I'm scared of bugs. And I was standing there yelling and hollering, and Deborah, they were all trying to get me to go, and I couldn't. I said, "I can't go, I can't go, I can't go." So one of the women who was there, because she had a diagnosis and had a speech challenge with it, came up to me and she said, "You can do this." And I said, "No, I can't." And they all left me, and I'm standing up there in this place I'm afraid of by myself. So I had to join them. And in the end, when we debriefed it, she said, "See, you can do that." The affirmation is so powerful coming from someone who we have designated and indicated that they are not worthy of anything but the services that we want to give them, and not the ones that they can design and do. And I don't do services, we do care. We do care, and care is also, from what I heard with Celia Brown, everything written about her was about care, and it was about the daring to live with our hearts. She dares us to live with our hearts full and open. And that allows us to give care and make public policy stand in line. And so that for me, and I want to say this because I all of a sudden began keeping count of my years. So in July, I will be on the next go round, the next birth year go round will be 94 and some change.
Wow.
And to be able to still get recognition for having a thought and having a capacity and wrapping that all up in love is such a gracious moment for me right now. And Marguerite, I just got my box 5 minutes before this started. And you know, I was fumbling with it, and I get young women who take me on when they know I don't know much about technology. And she had come over to bring me something. And I said, "Open this for me, because I can't get this off of this." And she said, "Oh my goodness, who's honoring you now?" And she's 31 years old, and she and her son are part of my peer group. So I would like to close this with something that I read. Don't ask me where it came from, because I printed it and didn't have anything else. But this is how I see this event. I welcome everything that comes to me today, because I know it's for my healing. I welcome all thoughts, feelings, and emotions, and persons and situations and conditions, because it is a now moment. And I let go of my desire for power and control. I open myself to the love and presence of God and God's actions within. And that allows me to be in the room, no matter who it is, in as much as I can come up with to show, look, I'm here with love. And love means you're going to have to do the work. You're going to have to do the care. It is not about saying, I'm going to go and take something to someone, and you're at the same time denying that person the right to have it. And so with this, I've heard some comments, but I would like to say Celia Brown is a champion of everyone. And the best part about it is that she offers us reverence, perseverance, and the capacity to own who we are in the lives of others and for their gifts that they give to us. So thank you for this gift, and thank you for being an organization that you are.
Thank you so much, Dr. Stewart. We appreciate you. We love you.
Absolutely phenomenal. Thank you so much. And it is no surprise from everything that I'm hearing that all of you are champions. No doubt at all. Okay, so Josie, please come up and share your honoree with us.
Hello and good evening, everyone. It is an absolute pleasure for me to honor Renita. Renita is someone who I just recently met, maybe about a year ago. But when I tell you how the community knows about Renita, not by herself, with Spend the Yard, which is her company, has been such a foundation, such a resource for the wine dance communities. I would actually go to job fairs and I would be led to speak to Renita. She would be able to help you. And I'm going to job fairs on behalf of Stony Brook. And there's people there like, you don't know Renita. I promise you, you need to understand and you need to get to know Renita. When I finally get to meet Renita, she really is all that. She is a pillar of strength for that community. She is a resource to everyone. She helps her community evolve, excel. She tries to educate. She empowers. She's innovative. And I can't even go through just alone of what her bio is and her background. It speaks highly of her herself. But there is one part that I want to highlight, and then I'll give it to her to speak. And that is the part where it says about Spend the Yard. And that's on the second to last paragraph from the bottom. It says Spend the Yard has become an exceptional resource for distressed families throughout initiatives such as the Certain's Reentry Program to help individuals coming out of prison in their drug cleanup efforts. Renita is doing a great part to help the underprivileged. Charity is a vital aspect of Spend the Yard's mission, coordinating with local businesses, individuals. Spend the Yard was able to provide more than 2,000 turkeys this past Thanksgiving to underprivileged families. They organized toy drives to help over 500 families. And these are just two of the many things that they do to directly impact the community at Spend the Yard. Through perseverance and resolute through work life and genuine desire and work, importantly, and unparalleled friendship and partnership for life, Renita Certain and Spend the Yard has had a tremendous impact on other people's life, and an impact that would undoubtedly expand and last forever. Renita, I appreciate you. I thank you for all that you have done and all the lives that you have touched. I know everyone couldn't be here, but I know me times 1,000 will be all the seeds that you have planted in all of us. And I thank you. So Renita, you're the bomb. And you're a Brooklynite. You're the bomb.
I'm honored to be here. I've never been nominated for anything. I was raised that it takes a village. And when you spoke of that seed, a mustard seed, the plant, just that grain, right? Just that small. We started, just trying to help the youth, because I was a youth that needed that help. And I had people plant seeds along the way that helped groom me. And it's only right that I gave back. I learned, through my struggle personally, that through my trauma, through things that I was a young woman who didn't see past the age of 13. And I'm now in my 50s, right? I carried the universe in my head and pretended it didn't hurt. And I'm learning to help others unpack. right? And one person at a time, but collectively, it just takes all of us. I haven't met Miss Celia. I'm sorry that I didn't get a chance personally to meet her, but I've heard her legend. And I'm honored just to be on this platform, like my first to be nominated in my first, right? Just to be able to, I don't think I could feel her footsteps, right? But just to be here. Josie, I love you. You are a powerhouse. You are for the people. You advocate. I've met you and heard of you in corners. I thank everybody here and for everything that everybody is doing, because I couldn't do it without everybody that's here. And, with that, I'm just honored. Yeah, that's it.
Thank you so much. Please show your love. Show your love. I don't see my hearts. Where's my hearts? Where's my heart? Show your love. All right. So we have two, I believe, coming up, if I'm not mistaken, to present our next honoree. So we're going to have Marguerite and I believe Donna. I don't see Donna. Where's Betty Boop?
Okay. Donna is not going to be presenting. She asked if I could on her behalf.
Okay, there you go. Thank you very much.
Okay. So Donna did a really wonderful job in the bio, and she asked if I could read that. So I'm going to do that, and hopefully we'll still have enough time to make a comment or two. And that's because Yusuf is somebody who is known to us. So I still feel like he's on the Cultural Competence Committee, or that he's going to be coming back to our Cultural Competence Committee, but we definitely support and endorse his, our honoring him today. So here, I'll just read. Yusuf Wilson is truly an unsung champion, and here's why. Yusuf has humbly dedicated his time and efforts around service, recovery, and advocacy in our underserved communities for over 8 years. Yusuf's regard and belief in the Islamic faith is essential to his selflessness, compassion, and respect towards others. I have witnessed Yusuf demonstrate empathy, humility, and pride while serving others. We all have witnessed Yusuf freely offer his time and cultural knowledge in the cultural exhibition room during the NIAPRIS conference. Yusuf has shared his experience and knowledge with the Cultural Competency Committee. He joined me at Federation on Thanksgiving and Christmas to serve holiday meals, where he naturally organized all of the servers that worked or volunteered that day without anyone ever asking. His ability to communicate and make people feel comfortable makes any setting feel organic. Yusuf is a great leader and embraces his valuable lived experiences to empower other peers as well as participants. He serves as a peer navigator and peer specialist. On several occasions, I've witnessed Yusuf's co-workers lean on Yusuf when facing job challenges or personal struggles. They look up to Yusuf because of his wisdom, non-judgmental approach, and his shared lived experiences that he uses to motivate. Yusuf has a strong work ethic and never looks for recognition or applause. He never complains about his work and is very enthusiastic when he can utilize resources or motivate someone to enter detox or rehab. Even the other day, after work and on his way home, Yusuf saw a young woman who struggles with active addiction. And without a second thought, Yusuf began to coordinate transportation for the young lady to enter treatment. No boss, no audience, no pay. He is really dedicated to the recovery and uplifting of his community, straight from the heart. Yusuf has always worked on a team of some sort since we met. I remember seeing him at the NIAPRIS conference, and wherever he could lend a hand, that's my signal, he made himself available. He has even motivated me to return to work versus volunteering. Yusuf encouraged and supported me in my process, which motivated me to get out of my comfort zone. A true team player, an unsung asset to our underserved communities. Yusuf once said, equality is giving back what you have learned to empower the next person that's still struggling. I am confident that Yusuf's positive attitude, selflessness, humility, and commitment to serve his people makes Yusuf the perfect unsung champion. Okay, and I'll just add that this being able to speak on behalf of Donna, his wife, is an honor. To have worked with Yusuf through the work in the committee and to observe him as he leads, you know, as she put it, effortlessly, not for ego, but that he's strongly committed to outcomes that are useful and valuable to people. So he puts his best foot forward and his best effort forward. And so we thank him. We certainly feel that he is a great champion, and we're grateful that he's our champion. So Yusuf, that's my comments to you as well.
Thank you, Marguerite. Very humbly received. Thank you to the NIAPRIS board, the NIAPRIS Cultural Competency Committee, Jeff, Harvey, Teresa, and all the members. Appreciate this nomination and, you know, nod for the work that I do. As y'all all know, you know, this is part of service. You know, you only can keep what you have if you give it back. You know, it's nothing just to want to support and uplift the community, because it's not about me or what I do for that person. It's about what we do as a whole, as a community, you know, to empower us. I'm not gonna be long. I just want to share a poem with everyone that kind of just embodies everyone that's nominated here today. And the poem is called, There Are Two Kinds of People. There are two kinds of people on earth today. Just two kinds of people, no more I say. Not the sinner or saint, for it's well understood. The good are half bad and the bad are half good. Not the rich and the poor, for to rate a man's wealth, you must first know the state of his conscience and health. Not the humble and proud, for in little's lifespan, who puts on vain air is counted a man. Not the happy and sad, for the swift flying years bring each man his laughter and each man his tears. No, the two kinds of people on earth, I mean, and the people who lift up the other people who lean. Wherever you go, you will find the earth's masses are always divided in just these two classes. And oddly enough, you will find too, I ween, there's only one lifter to 20 who lean. In which class are you? Are you easing the load of overtaxed lifters who toil down the road? Are you a leaner who lets others share your portion, your labor, your service, your care? And that poem is originally from Eileen Wilcox. It's ironic that I picked that poem and, you know, Dr. Wilcox is part of our committee. So just wanted to share that. And once again, thank everybody for the nomination. I want to honor everyone who has been honored here today. And if anyone who hasn't met Celia, who doesn't know her work, look into her work. She's been a champion for us and a martyr for this advocacy, recovery, and empowerment and community thing for years. So it's my honor to, you know, continue to walk in her footsteps as an unsung champion. Thank you, everyone.
Wonderful. Nice.
Thank you very much, Yusuf. Thank you very much, brother. Good job. Good job. All right. And now to keep this thing moving, we are going to have Teresa Hall come up and present her honoree.
You're on mute. You're on mute.
How are we doing now? Is that okay?
Perfect. Yes.
Good evening, everyone. God bless you. It's such an honor to be here on tonight. It's such an honor to be able to honor the woman that made such a difference in my life. I wasn't much over 100 pounds. Crack had me in a grip, and being associated with NIAPRIS, I saw a lot of people doing what I wish I could do. And I was contacted or saw the ad for the peer training that she had for the upcoming New York State certification at NIAPRIS. Was heavily involved in. And I just wanted to say that Tracy's training allowed me an opportunity to find, for the first time, and experience care in services, systems, and treatments. She cared about the girls who struggled after being up all night smoking to get to that class, to rub two paddles together and yell clear to get my car started. Whatever it took, I would get tickets on the way. But whatever it took, I would make it by the grace of God. And Tracy would receive me and keep me safe emotionally during the struggles. And I was honored to graduate from that class. Tracy, you made such a difference in my life. You never left me behind. That's phenomenal to me as a woman who all my life I've been left behind. So I want to thank you and I want to honor you, because I get the feeling that the treatment I got from you is the way you treat everyone. I get the feeling that if I made it, you have a lot of people that under your help made it. Tracy, I love you. I honor you. I just adore you. God bless you and congratulations.
Say, hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. I'm Tegan. This is my granddaughter, y'all. This is my daughter. My son isn't here. He's in the Navy. So this is my family. And hi, honey. And thank you so much for all your kind words, Teresa. Thank you to the committee. Thank you to everybody. And congratulations. And I'm sad that that Celia isn't here. I really miss my friend. There's a picture of us up there at the Women's March in DC. And I just think about my sister in activism and my dear friend. And it's okay, honey. And I miss her. And another part of me wants to share that community reached out, and I won't name drop because I'm going to miss folks, and with the support in the way that I'm feeling over this, receiving this honor, and also being super sad at the same time.
Go get my pocketbook.
I wish Celia was here, and I also know that Celia would completely just love this award. She would be so happy about it. So I just really just want to say thank you, and I just thank you. Bye.
Thank you so much, Tracy. And it's an honor and a privilege to know you as well in the work that you do. Definitely someone to be labeled as a champion. So thank you for all you do. All right, we have one moment. Let me just check we have one moment that I also need to bring out. We have one last honoree. And with that, I am going to, I'm lost for who was presenting her, but I'm going to ask that person please step up.
Well, good evening, everybody. Once again, it is I, Teresa Hall, and we most certainly do have one more honoree. Amen. I'd like to talk about this honoree a little bit first.
Oh, Risa,
Marguerite Gale, amen, licensed master social worker in the mental health field for the last 35 years. Her past work at Transitional Services for New York focused on supporting the emergence of the peer support model, amen, and recovery orientation in the continuum of agency services. In this period, she was the director of the TSINY Empowerment Center. The TSINY Education and Training Resource Center, the Opportunity Self-Help Center, and the Peer Specialist Project. Active in NIAPRA since 1991, Marguerite Gale has supported the work of the NIAPRA's Cultural Competence Exhibition Center since its inception. She participates in the annual NIAPRA's Lobby Day events. She supported past work of the Mental Health Film Festival and was founding site replacement for Howie the Harp interns. I'm going to continue with a statement of my own. Marguerite has been my friend, my mentor, my sanity, really, and a powerful example of strategic planning and making all the little moving parts work. Marguerite Gale, I love you. This is your night. You are definitely an unsung champion. God bless you. In your hands, Miss Gale.
Yes, I'm going to say surprised. I wasn't expecting this, and it was probably good that I didn't know, because I would have been anxious about it from then until now. So I thank you so much. What I do in our work it's relational. Who is it that would say that? I'm inspired by the people I am around. I am honored, and I feel it's a privilege to participate in being of service and of being able to be a part of the recovery movement in my way. You know, I'm inspired. The people who are being honored inspire me. You know, I'm also inspired by the fact that they were nominated by their peers. So, you know, that it's authentic, that they're changing lives and saving lives. And I get to observe it, and I get to try to participate in the ways that I'm able. And so I'm grateful, and I thank you. And that's it.
I just want to tell you that your certificate is prepared. Has that been displayed tonight? You, like all of our esteemed honorees, will be receiving your certificate of honor. And we are so honored to have you, Marguerite. God bless you. God bless everyone for participating. Snap, snap, clap, clap. Amazing.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
In the hands of Marguerite, back to you, Jeff.
All right, Marguerite, definitely well deserved. All right, so with that, we're going to keep it moving. We're going to keep it moving. We're going to keep it moving. We will ask Laverne, please come up and lead us in our community expressions.
Hi, everyone. This is an opportunity. First of all, let's just give a round of applause and a hoot hoot and a shout out to all of our honorees. You guys exemplify. It's important to give people their flowers while they're here. So our bouquet of flowers to each one of you. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to open it up for community expressions. And each one of you is, if you want to, we're watching the chat. If you want to say something, if you want to just, you can speak into being the name of someone who you feel we should honor, we should recognize. If you want to talk about our honorees, let me know. So beginning right now, and just hit to everyone. You don't have to. Okay, Helen Skipper wants to speak. Helen.
Wow, I didn't think I'd be picked first. I'm just getting settled into a new location. Good evening, everyone. I missed some of this because I was in transition, but I am so honored to be here and amongst this company. I want to thank my brother, Yusef, the peer extraordinaire. And I know, because trust, I have tried to hire him away. I don't know how many times. Your contributions are just too numerous to express. Marguerite. I can't even begin to say what I want to say, but I just want to tell you thank you. You have ran that cultural competency exhibit firmly and intentionally. I'm so honored to count you as one of my mentors, my friend, my colleague. Thank you. I have watched you over the years execute everything with such grace, such poise. You never got your feathers ruffled. And we went through a lot sitting up there in the cultural competency display room, but you never got ruffled. And I model that myself after you. So blessings to you. Blessings to my brother, Yusef. One day I will hire you away. And thank you, Cultural Competency Committee, for doing what you do and just putting this on. Thank you.
Yeah, this is Laverne. You can also use the raise your hand feature as well to let us know that you want to speak. Okay. So anyone else? I don't want to have to put people on the spot. Okay, Carla would like to speak. Carla?
Marguerite, road trip. You know.
Okay. Is there anyone else?
Yes, Laverne, you got Dr. Spencer.
Oh, Dr. Spencer, okay. Unmute your phone.
Yes,
unmute your
I'm
audio.
on mute.
All right.
I just want to share something about my teacher, my colleague, my sister, my friend, Stuart. And we co-taught and developed this course for interns. And it was called Oz. Oz. And it was somewhere where we could talk about the struggle of racial justice, the struggle that really I think we all live with. And Dr. Stewart always brought Toni Morrison into the room sometime in some way. And some of the words I remember, particularly with Toni Morrison, that she brought in was that a great deal of time and intelligence has been invested in exposure on racism and the horrific results of its objects. But equally valuable is a serious intellectual effort to see what racial ideologies does the mind, imagination, and behavior masters. We called our class Oz, and I can remember vividly when a student had to come from another section to visit Oz, and everyone turned and said to the student as she entered, "Welcome to Oz." And we took on the roles of everybody in the Wizard of Oz. And we started to talk about justice. We started to talk about the struggle not only in our country, but the struggle in our particular program. From that, a student walked in one night, and I'll be very quick with this. And she walked in, and her name happened to have been Dorothy. and someone turned and said, welcome, welcome, welcome to Oz. And Dorothy was only filling into Oz for one night because she couldn't make her section. She never wanted to leave Oz. She never wanted to leave Oz because she had to really take on all of the characters of Oz when you talk about a struggle for justice and when you talk about anti-oppression. Dr. Stewart is a wonderful partner on the Yellow Brick Road. We had students and ourselves who were everything from the wizard to the straw man. And I appreciate the excitement of the teaching and the organizing that really resulted in a cross-cultural conference that we've done for almost 20 years.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
When it was time for Dorothy to leave, she did not want to leave Oz and go back to her section. So it was Dr. Stewart's creativity and challenge. So thank you.
Awesome,
now,
awesome. Thank you. Oh,
we're going to turn it over to
Laverne.
Magali Polo, our colleague. Magali, the show's yours.
Thank you, thank you. Congratulations to all the honorees. I'm Magali Polo, a member of the Cultural Competency Committee, and it's an honor to shine the work of the Cultural Competency Committee this evening. I see quite a few people who would like to say a few words. So first we have on the list Leon Spencer, who would like to share some thought about Dr. Pat Stewart.
He just shared,
Leon,
Magali.
He
He
just shared.
Just shared.
Okay,
We got
Leon,
Anita
thank you,
Kennedy.
Leon.
Anita Kennedy.
Okay, and so we have Donald Jackson. I see your hands raised.
Yes, hi. This is Donna. Congratulations to everybody. Yes. I want to say thank you to the committee. I want to say thank you to Marguerite. I love you to death. I am so proud of you. I'm so honored. I'm in my car. I just got off of work. But my whole job was watching.
Oh.
and that's the blessing. That's the blessing.
Yes.
Yusuf, no, I love him to death, but he's the one that got me to go back to work after many people have tried, because I walked in fear for so many years, and I'm so blessed. I'm so honored. And I meant what I said. I love him to death. He's great ever since I met him at Niapolis. And I'm blessed to be a part of the Culture Competency. Congratulations to everybody.
Awesome, awesome. Okay. And we have a few more people who would like to speak. The name just came out from the text. Was that Anita?
Hi, good evening, everybody. Anita Kennedy. I'm here to just speak a few words of congratulations to everyone. And Yusuf, we worked together for the past 12, maybe 13 years. And so it has been an honor to work alongside him. And just anytime that I've needed anything at all, he's always been there. And so I know that this is definitely a well-deserved recognition. Thank you.
Awesome. Okay. I saw hands up, but the hand went down. Anyone else would like to say a few words?
Magali, I will.
Thank you. Your
I
floor
just
is
want to
yours.
say this Culture Competency Committee is so powerful, and I'll never forget, and I've shared this story before, when I picked up the phone, in 2013 and said, hey, I heard about you guys, can I join? And they said, yeah, just come on down. So I mean, just welcome me into the community, welcome me into Niapolis. And fast forward, you know, just being involved in this organization has just been so powerful, so healing, a place to receive gifts, a place to give gifts. And like my family used to say, if you take care of your community will take care of you. I just wish everyone blessings this evening. Special shout out to our honorees. And Marguerite, we appreciate your leadership beyond measure. Ashe.
Amen, amen.
Okay.
And so we have Len who would like to say a couple words.
Hey everyone. Boy, what a first-class event. I'm just amazed by, first of all, the honorees, and it's hard to live up to what these folks have done. And I also want to give a big shout out to the Cultural Competence Committee. You guys have put together a wonderful event, and I know this is the first one and we're going to have more, but what a way to start things off. So thank you very much. I've really enjoyed myself.
Thank you, Len.
Awesome. Okay, 7:23. We have a few minutes. Anyone else would like to unmute? Awesome. Harvey, our esteemed
Hi, everybody.
leader.
I just left the animal hospital so I could come and say thank you so much to the committee. You are so special. You have made this Niagara. It would be so less spirit without you, whether it's the fashion show or the bash or, you know, all of the things that you give to us. It would be empty without all the work you do. So thank you for this, but thank you for all that you've done.
Thank you, Harvey. We love our executive director. Okay, anyone else would like to say a few words?
May I say a few words?
Yes, please. Your
my
name?
My name is missing, but my name is Dr. Marilyn Mobley, and I'm a friend of Dr. Patricia Stewart. I refer to her as my mother sister friend. I've known her all of my life, I think since I was 9, and I've just admired her work in the world. She loves to tell me we make the road by walking, and I've watched her walk a faith walk, walk a social justice walk, walk a true servant leader walk. And so I'm so glad I learned about this. Thank you, Dr. Wilcox, for letting me know about it. Dr. Pat, I heard a reference to Toni Morrison. She knows I'm a Toni Morrison scholar. And she went with me. We did a workshop together in Paris. And I got to see her in action. I used to just hear about her work, but I got to see her in action. And what I love about her, to quote Toni Morrison, is she understands that the purpose of freedom is to free somebody else. And what I love about Dr. Pat is she gives away out of the generosity of her heart all the time. She's going to give you wisdom. She's going to ask you a question to prick your conscience, but she's going to lead in a way that makes you want to do right. And I just love that she's getting this honor. Congratulations to this organization for recognizing one of my heroes. And this whole event made me think of the Langston Hughes poem. And I went to get it because I didn't want to mess it up. This is our family poem, and how you've recognized all of these leaders for their work in the community as peers reminded me of the Langston Hughes poem, My People. The Langston Hughes poem says, "The night is beautiful, so the faces of my people. The stars are beautiful, so the eyes of my people. Beautiful also is the sun. Beautiful also are the souls of my people." This event reminded me of the beauty in all the souls of my people. So thank you for this event. And congratulations, Dr. Pat. I love you.
You still with us, Magali?
Magali, you still here?
Go ahead, Jeff.
All right. So
we have another hand up there, Jeff.
Yeah.
Marilyn Mobley. Mobley?
No, yeah, it's Dr. Linda Brown.
Okay. Okay, Dr. Brown.
Hi there.
You can speak. Hi.
Hi. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Oh,
yes.
Okay. Hi. I am my cup is running over. Dr. Wilcox, I certainly appreciate you inviting me tonight and making me a part of this, magnificent affair. Dr. Stewart, I cannot tell you how much I know that you deserve the honor, and I'm just honored to be here to watch you receive it tonight. All of the honorees, I thank you for letting your light shine, and I'm just honored to be in your company tonight. I'm Linda, and I'm calling in from Atlanta, Georgia. Pleased to meet everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. Hope you can join us.
I did. It was fantastic. It was beyond. My cup is running over.
We mean join Niapris.
Yeah, I'm just talking about join Niapris. Same thing to you, Dr. Mobley. Hope you can join us at some times. Yeah.
And that is definitely one of the things that we would like to extend to all the members on this call. If you are not a member of the Niapris Cultural Competency Committee, please join us at any one of our meetings. We welcome you to just listen in. You don't have to feel committed to have to attend once a month meeting that we meet. We welcome you to please be a part of the Cultural Competency Committee. And so I turn the floor over to Laverne Miller to do the closing.
Thanks, Magali. On behalf of the Cultural Competence Committee, I want to thank you all for sharing this wonderful evening with us. You know, it's what they say, it takes a village, and celebrations are always made more wonderful and more meaningful when we celebrate it with each other. So I want to give a special shout out to Josie, who was helped with the slides and some of the technical aspects, and really helped the entire committee. Really, it was very honored. This is a project that was easy to do because honoring people who are servant leaders is very easy. It's difficult to, it doesn't take a stretch. So I don't think these emails, and I just want to share this with you before we close today. It said that happiness is the new rich, inner peace is the new success, health is the new wealth, and kindness is the new cool. And I think when that the leadership, the cumulative power in the leadership here during this event exemplifies all those qualities. And we hope as you move forward in your day, your week, your year, that you continue to exemplify the values that Celia represented, because that is the best way to honor her spirit, her life, and what she left us all. And leaving a legacy, people often ask people, well, what do you want to be remembered by? You know what? And it's a legacy. You know, it's what you leave behind, the people you touch, the spirits you change. So on behalf of the Cultural Competence Committee, I want to thank you. Go forth and do good. And we'll see you soon with some fantastic activities that we're planning. And be well. Take care.
Thank you. Peace and blessings.
Peace. Blessings.